So we'll start out with adding a calibration task. And so all of our parameters are collapsed right now. So if you're using, like we've mentioned before, just like a normal setup, you can not even worry about it and just click add calibration. But we'll kind of look at what some of these parameters are here. So in our calibration task, it starts with an initial search. So there's going to be lots of search parameters that we're doing here. It does a bare bones search to kind of figure out where we need to shift our peaks for calibration. And so it gives precursor mass tolerances, product mass tolerances, number of miscleavages you want to allow. You can choose what protease you want. So we have a list of like default proteases that you can select from. You can also add custom proteases to the protease file that's used by MetaMorpheus. We have a relatively simple syntax to allow you to do that. So that way, if we don't already have that incorporated, it's not a big deal for you to add a protease to be able to search with. Providing minimum peptide length that you want to look for, number of modifications you'll allow per peptide, so on and so forth. We allow you to specify your dissociation type. So we're use CID, ECD, ETD, HCD, ETHCD, but essentially this all lets MetaMorpheus know what fragment ions it should be looking for. And so let's leave that as HCD for now. And then max threads. So here, this automatically populates to 1 less than your computer has. So my laptop has 4 threads. So it's going to let me use 3 so I can still do things while it's searching. Next, modifications. So here, this is where you can select any fixed or variable modifications that you want to be using. So carbamidomethylation, did you use iodoacetylene to alkylate your samples? Yes, make sure that's clicked here. Very rarely then are you going to want to select anything else in your fixed modifications. Variable, only one we have is oxidation of methionine, because we're going to do GPTMD, which allows us to identify post-translational modifications without a lot of the penalty of doing variable modification searching, of increasing the database and having higher false discovery rates with that. And then output options. So we write an indexed MZML file from our calibration task that will automatically be used for any analysis going forward. So we start with a raw file or an MZML file. It calibrates, creates a new version, and MetaMorpheus automatically knows that that calibrated version is what it wants to use for GBTMD and subsequent search tasks. So add the calibration task.